Welcome back to Clever Writer by Heather, where we dream big, create stories that inspire others. Today we're here to learn about what are homonyms, homographs, and homophones. Now in my previous videos we had learned about where to place the period, whether using abbreviations or quotation marks. And then we learned when to begin the next sentence after the period, whether it was one space or two. And then we looked at the history behind that. We even looked at how to use brackets in our writing, both rounded and squared, and where to place the periods and any punctuation marks using brackets. Now, if you want to go further in those topics, all you have to do is just click that bell up top and hit the subscribe button, and you will stay updated on my latest videos and my writing tips. Now, let's get into why we're here today. Have you ever come across words that are spelled the same but have different meanings, or they're spelled differently and they sound the same? We call these homonyms, homophones, and homographs. Sometimes these troublemakers can really cause a headache for us, especially if we don't know how to use them in the written language, in our case, English. Let's see if we can demystify the meanings of these three categories of words for you today. Before we get into our teaching today, let's grab some writing inspiration from American poet, novelist, and short story writer Sylvia Plath. Everything in life is writable about if you have the outgoing guts to do it and the imagination to improvise. The enemy to creativity is self-doubt. Self-doubt is a nuisance, and it is nothing but trouble. I say let's kick it in the pants and get on with writing. That's what we're here for, right? We're here because we want to be writers. Some of you like to write poems, and others of you like to write in your journals. And some of you are here because you just simply want to improve your writing skills in academia, and that's great. Those of you that want to go on to have a successful writing career, let me tell you this. You got to get up and go after your dream, because no one's going to do it for you. The point is there is always something to write about. Just look around, use your imagination to improvise, and have fun with it. Okay, let's get into our teaching for today on what are homonyms, homophones, and homographs. Okay, let's begin with our topic question. What are homonyms, homophones, and homographs? Aren't they all the same thing? Many words in English sound or look alike, right? It sounds confusing, I know. Don't worry. We will straighten out all this confusion in the next few minutes. Just relax and enjoy the teaching. We will begin by breaking down what a homonym is. First, we will look at what a homonym is not. Let's look at the following example. Just waiting for the bus because my car got towed. I think we can see here where the error is. The word towed is misused in this sentence. This is cute and funny, but it's incorrect. Homonyms seem confusing to understand because they could be referred to as three distinct classes of words. Homonyms may be words with identical pronunciations but different spellings and meanings. Or they may be words with both identical pronunciations and identical spellings, but different meanings. And finally, they may be words that are spelled alike, but are different in pronunciation and meaning. Now, the definition of a homonym is a word that is both a homophone and a homograph. Now, you're probably wondering, how do we distinguish between the two categories of words? The word homophone comes from the Greek word homos, meaning the same, and phone, meaning voice. Homophones can be words that sound the same but have different meanings. This is great, but how do we keep this organized in our head so to not confuse this with what a homograph is? Here's one way to help you. We know that homo means same, and we know phone means voice. A phone is an object we can bring to our ear, and what do we do with it? Well, we listen to the sounds of a voice coming through from the other side of the phone. Listen and sound are what we do with our ears, right? Okay, stay with me here. Homo, same. Phone, sound. Same sound. Words that sound the same. They can be spelled differently. The message to focus on here is words that sound the same, or what we call homophones. For example, hear, H-E-A-R. It means listening to something. And here, spelled H-E-R-E, means in, at, or to this place or position. These words are spelled differently, but sound the same. Let's take these words and put them in a sentence. I hear what you're saying, but she is not here yet. Notice the word hear. It indicates listening to something. And here, this part of the sentence suggests she is not in the same place as the person listening to something. All right, let's take a look at some of the most common homophones that can seem a little tricky for writers to differentiate. Theirs, theirs. Theirs, T-H-E-I-R-S, means belonging to or associated with people. And theirs, T-H-E-R-E-S, means a contraction of there is. Okay, here's another one. To, and to. To, T-O, means the motion or direction. And T-O-O means as well or in addition. To, as in T-W-O, it means the number 2. And then here's another one that is difficult for people to differentiate, ad and ad. Ad, spelled A-D, means advertisement, like in a magazine or a newspaper or on TV. And the next word, add, A-D-D, just simply means to increase, like you're adding to something. Okay, so what is a homograph? The word homograph also comes from the Greek word homos, meaning the same, and graph means write. So homographs are words that are spelled the same but have different meanings. Here's one way you can look at it. Okay, we know homo means the same. Now when we look at the word graph, what does this remind you of? Well, I think of a chart. Okay, so if we think of a graph as a chart or a visual, what do we do with it? Well, we don't listen to it, right? We look at it with our eyes. Now, focus on the word look. Homo, same. Graph, look. Homographs are words that have the same look. In other words, they are spelled the same. They could have different meanings. The point to focus on here is homographs are spelled the same. Let's see how to use homographs in a sentence. We will use the example read, spelled R-E-A-D. Read, pronounced read, means the past tense of reading. Read, pronounced read, means present tense of reading, like it's happening now. Here in this sentence example, we will see, she will read the book that her older sister read last year. The word read in the first part of the sentence suggests that she is reading now in the present tense. Read in the latter part of the sentence tells us that her sister had already read the book last year, indicating the book's past tense. All right, now that we distinguished the 3 categories of words for you, I hope this increases your grammar confidence in your writing journey. Stick with this writing technique you're learning, and you will be the writer of your dreams. I hope this video helped to clarify any confusion you had around homonyms today. We learned that homonyms are both homophones and homographs. We also learned how to use each category of words correctly in sentences to help make our writing clearer for the reader. Leave a comment below if any of this helped you at all today. And let's remember the inspiration we gleaned from American poet Sylvia Plath. That everything in life is writable about if you have the outgoing guts to do it and the imagination to improvise. The worst enemy to creativity is self-doubt. There's always something to write about. Just look around. Use your imagination to improvise your storytelling. And guys, have fun with it. Until next time, happy writing!